I'm starting to do my door windows, and for some reason, this is the roll-up mechanism, which doesn't look in extremely bad shape, but it was connected to this. And I guess that water and salt or something really ate it up, or it was rolled down and it was filled up with leaves or something. I don't know what the deal is. This is the driver's side, and it looks like perfect. So I have no idea what happened to this one. But luckily, I had a coupe, another coupe body out there, and this is one. I can obviously use that as an example too, but this one I was going to use, but it is so pitted and rotted, I didn't want to put that on because it might cause issues rolling up the door and stuff. So I'm assuming these original pieces here, or the settings, are porous over time or something, and they just let water sit and sit and sit. And it's 88 years old. It's had lots of rainstorms on it. So fortunately I have some parts cars. This is actually a window setting from the rear door of a sedan, 37 sedan, and it matches the look of this rail here. These are much shorter, as you can see. It is longer, which is fine, and these are much shorter than the rear ones. I imagine. I don't know why they'd be different. They roll up the same distance, but apparently they're different. It's a bigger window in the back than my driver's door, because I'm going to use a vent window, so it's fairly narrow. So what I'm going to do is drill out these little spot welds, as you can see. I don't know if you can see with that bad lighting here, but anyway, there's several spot rivets here and only 4 on here. But since I want to use this as an example for potentially later if I build something, I'm going to keep this the way it is. Just going to drill out these, and cut that to the same length as that. And then I'm going to cut this exactly the same length off there. And then I'm just going to move I'm going to cut these to the width of these, and then just weld them in the same spots. And it should work. It looks like they're universal to drivers and passenger side, or excuse me, I think this would be the passenger. If we had it this way, it'd be a passenger. This way it'd be drivers, because it's the exact same length from here to here. And so that's what I'm going to be working on. So I'm going to be drilling out all of those, and then just replace it. This one isn't perfect, but yeah, it's a lot better. I'm gonna have to do a little straightening. See, there's a little kink there, but we'll do some straightening, cleaning out, and yeah. So that's going to be this project for today. got it off with minimal damage. Got a little bend here, but I'll straighten that out. Not a big deal. It's pretty good. I accidentally drilled through one, so I think overall. And I'll just weld. Whenever I cut this off, I'll just weld in those spots, and we should be good to go. There. Now cutting and re-welding in those spots, and we should be getting close to done. Well, I'm going to be working on my window bracket on the driver's side or passenger side, it doesn't matter. But as you can see, it is extremely rusty. There's holes in it, and I just don't think it'll be nice for sliding up and down. Too many bumps. Saw the other video where I clipped these off. Got to clean this up, measure it, cut it off, measure these, cut these to size, and weld them on here in the same exact locations. So basically that's my project for today. Also, I have a few, as you might be able to see, there's a nut that got stripped off on this one. I'm going to weld a nut on there and turn that out. Also, this is my coupe window regulator, and on here the nut got, or the small screw bolt I guess, got nipped off or twisted off. So luckily they are, I'm going to pop these out. I have a spare from another car, so just pop maybe this one out and replace it, and we should be good to go. So that's basically what I'm going to do in this video. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking in it. We'll just do a fast forward and then just periodically stop the video. Well, to the best of my ability, I've got these squared up as close to this as possible. And I'm going to tack them, just do a couple holes. And I'm going to then measure back and try it on try fitting it on these, just to make sure that it is going, I have a good gap in there. So well, I decided I'm going to work on this first. That way it gets time to cool.
nut here. Put it on like that. Get the helmet. All you gotta do is weld in there. That should give enough heat to expand it, contract it, and then I can turn it up. Let it cool down a little bit. And so, voila. I don't know if you can see it very well, but we got it out and didn't ruin anything. Threads look good in there. All right, one more step. Okay. To take this out. Hopefully this works. Should be able to just peel these little tabs back. Get that nut out of there. Make sure that's what I'm doing. Okay. This here. Don't want to go too far because it's 80 some years old and it's only going to be able to bend a couple times before I lose it. Before it snaps, I should say. There's the nut. Here's my parts one. Pretty awkward. This is to a back window of a sedan, so I could not use this on my coupe front door. This is a not nicer shape. Probably was stored inside longer than mine was. And there's the nut. I'm sure there's no difference, but I'm going to put it in the way this one came out. And of the things I've done today, this has been the easiest one. So let's double check it's one thing I didn't do is check and see if it's the right size, but I can't imagine it not being. And it is. It should tighten down. Perfect. Well, that's all I'm going to do today on this. I've got this ready to go. Clean that out. I'll have to straighten this out just a little bit, grease them up, and then I think, since I'm not completely restoring it yet, I'm not going to sandblast this. If I do decide to do a fancy paint job, I'll tear it all apart again and sandblast all this. I need to replace the spring in here. Here's the spring. I could try that. I guess I never thought about that at the moment. I've never done that. Doesn't look like it's going to be fun. But I'll see how I'll see if I can try to release the pressure here and see if I can't pop that off and put that on here today. Seems like that would be tight, so I'm going to loosen it up as much as I can. That is it. Don't know if this one turns very well. This one is. Too far. this has to go around one turn. Let's see if I can make this a little simpler. This is as loose as it's gonna go. I just need to figure out how to wrap this around and catch. I think it'd be easier to do it this way than to do it the other way. Like that. That's going to. I need to pull this around this way. So. Never ever done this. I don't know. Okay, so if I try tightening it. Seems too tight. That's maxed out there. Well, I'll see what my other one looks like. I think we're good. I didn't expect it to be that easy, but it might not be. We'll see if I did something wrong. I'm not going to adjust that because that's from factory. It looks like I can go back and forth. I really don't want to play with that. So looks like I just need to oil all these little gadgets up here. Looks like we're okay. All right, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching.